What have I been playing? What have I been watching? What have I been reading? Let's go! Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's what I've been playing, what I've been watching, what I've been reading. If you're new around here, stay a while. Make yourself comfortable. This is my kind of like a chat about how my week has gone rather, about what I've been playing, what I've been watching and what I've been reading. And I share it with you guys, like that, sharing it around. Okay, yeah, I'm a little bit uncomfortable. My back still, it was better, but I don't know, I must have sat awkwardly in the car yesterday. I don't know. I'm not 100%, but we did go for a run this morning. After about 500 meters, you don't feel it anymore. We did 8k this morning. I think I did a bit too much though. We left the house at 6:30. So I didn't think it'd be that warm, but it's still, the heat gets to you, you know. The reason I went so early was it's too hot for the dog, otherwise Rossi the dog. So yeah, he was a good boy. Yeah, so I'm a little bit drained. I do apologise in advance. I do try to keep my energy up when I'm doing these videos. I'll do my best for you. Yeah, so what have I been playing, watching, reading? I've got my notes. I always look down there. I got my notes on my phone typed up, okay? So before we go any further, yes, I've watched the Mortal Kombat MK1 trailer, or gameplay trailer. I was so hyped from the first launch, or the trailer reveal, or whatever. So the trailer number 1. Let's call it trailer number 1. I was very impressed. And it said it's going to be on next-gen consoles only. Not like Street Fighter 6. This is going to be just the new big boys, you know. And I thought, wow, look at the graphics. They're so good. So when I picked up I checked on the Mad Gear box, my pre-order. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to pre-order the deluxe edition Mortal Kombat 1. So I pre-ordered it, great. Just after that first trailer, great. Then the gameplay trailer has just dropped, hasn't it? So at first I was a little bit worried. I think I've dropped £10 on the pre-order so far. So it's not a lot of money, but it's a complete waste of money. I wasn't gonna. At first I thought, really? This is coming out. This is September 19th. I think is the release date of Mortal Kombat 1. Okay, so I've only watched it once as well. Okay, these are my very first initial thoughts, things I've noticed in just watching it once. Street Fighter, I'll watch it 30-40 times. I'm not exaggerating. Okay, I'll study everything. This is Mortal Kombat. It's not Street Fighter. Okay, but I still am a fan of Mortal Kombat. Okay, so what I've got written here is graphics meh. But then they get better. So that was my thing. I thought, well, why? That'll easily run on the PlayStation 4. I've got a PS5, so I'm going to be playing it on the PlayStation 5, obviously. But I thought, why are you excluding the last gen consoles for that? But the whole trailer gets better as time goes on, okay? By the end of the trailer, it is very impressive. And I do believe they're still going to be working on the game. So what they've shown, I always look at graphics first, right? But the gameplay, the speed of it, the first 30 seconds, again, I wasn't really impressed with it, because I'm hoping it's going to be more, I hope it plays more like Mortal Kombat X than 11. And I thought, oh, it looks a bit more too similar to Mortal Kombat 11. So I was a little tiny bit concerned, okay? But then it gets faster, better, slicker kind of gameplay, okay? What else have I got written down? The speed gets better, but then the story looks really, really interesting. There's a young Raiden. It looks like he's a different race. I don't know what's going on there, but the best thing about Mortal Kombat 11, it's one of my favourite games of all time, from a storytelling point of view. The story is fantastic in my opinion, and it looks like NetherRealms have probably got the best storytellers in the business, haven't they? So it looks like they've had a smash hit with Mortal Kombat 11. Looks like they're going to knock it out of the park in Mortal Kombat 1. And the other one, it's Melina. It shows how she gets her messed up face. So she has looks like a skin condition, or she cursed or something like that. Like she's tied down in like a chair, and she's like fighting it or something. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens there as well. I thought it was cool going back to Raiden. I thought it was cool that he isn't the strongest, most powerful god out there, or whatever he's meant to be. I don't think he even is a god in this one, is he? So it story looks really good. And then right at the end, I got very excited when I saw Goro. He's kind of like a tag character. It looks like, and if they've done this, I'm so excited for this game. It gave me serious, the last 30 seconds of the trailer gave me serious Injustice 2 vibes. Do you know where you can have your characters, team characters and stuff like that, where they can just jump in, kind of like the Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of that going on, so I thought, yeah, I'm all over this game. So I am excited about it. That's my initial first thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1. Alright, okay, moving on. So I got my phone leaning on my games so I can see you a bit better. What have I been playing? The star of the week, surprise, surprise, has been Street Fighter 6. I haven't played it as much as I'd like. So it came out last Friday. I did my unboxing, excellent. But my back is sore. I mean, not a lot of pain, but last weekend it's very uncomfortable to sit down, even in this chair, my Razer chair. So, like now I can't really get comfortable, you know. So I tried sitting down, I just couldn't get comfortable. I thought, okay, I'm going to have this game forever. You don't have to smash it day one, you know. I know I've been waiting so long for this game, so I think around about the 10 hours in. That's not bad, but again, I probably would have been like to be 15, 16 hours in. I haven't gone into the World Tour mode yet. That was the thing I'm most excited about. But when I just wanted to unlock, or my mission for the first week was I wanted to unlock as much artwork as I could. So I completed story mode or arcade mode more than 46 times, and probably about 50 times I've completed it. The reason I know for a fact I've done it 46 times is because there's artwork. I think when you get to, I think it's 1 to 46, you unlock a different piece of artwork, and I'm a sucker for the artwork. 46 is my favourite number as well, so I've got it tattooed there. Okay, yeah, just because of Street Fighter, nothing to do with Valentino Rossi. Yeah, so I've unlocked that. Then I've done the special battle 20 times. Again, I just noticed there was a nice easy trophy to get, so I've done that. So what is my other thoughts? So we're a week in, or what's Tony's thoughts a week in? I gotta be honest, I was talking to Chris yesterday about this, okay? There's a few games, this is the third time in my life a game has come out which made me feel like this, okay? I hope this makes sense. I remember when I first played Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I remember thinking and saying, I'm never going to play a fighting game ever again because this game has got everything I'd ever want. I've got over 100 fighting games in my collection now, but at the time, it was perfection. All right, it had such a diverse roster. So it was just, I could play it all day. I could never get bored. Still the case now, but I got that feeling again with Street Fighter 6. It's very rare I get it. And funnily enough, the other time I felt like that was a different genre, is when I played Halo Reach. I remember thinking, I don't need to play a fighting game ever again now, because this game is a 10 out of 10. That's what I initially thought. I didn't even, like, Halo was similar, but I was excited what was coming next, but I just thought this is Halo Reach is first-person shooting perfection. That's what I thought. I'm not interested. Obviously, a load of other good, great, amazing games have come out since then. Yeah, so Street Fighter 6 is in that. I've got no interest in playing another fighting game. And that includes Melty Blood. That includes Tekken 7. I've actually uninstalled Tekken 7 to free up space for the next game I'm going to talk about, okay? That's unheard of. I know they're very different kind of fighting games, but there's enough in Street Fighter 6 for now to keep me going for months. I got a week off this week, so now I'm going to... I'll probably create my character this evening and go for a spin. Check it out, you know, because a lot of people are talking about the open world aspect of it. And still, it's a nice feeling knowing I've got that to look forward to. One of the biggest part of the game I haven't even got to yet, but I'm more than satisfied. I played the tip of the iceberg by the sounds of it, of Street Fighter 6. So my notes are, so I've done arcade mode 46 plus times. I've done, special match 20 plus times. I've played through the full 18 characters. I've got a score like out of 10, a mark out of 10. I made a quick note, so I'll briefly talk about them. But I'm also messing around with dynamic controls. I can't play dynamic with Ryu and Chun-Li. I just can't. But with Juri, right, it's actually pretty fun to play it with Juri. But I'm not going to get used to it because I don't want to unlearn what I've learnt about Juri and classic controls. All right. So I'll get to it. I'll say what characters I prefer in dynamic controls. All right. So Juri is still a 10. I talked about her last week. Chun-Li and Ryu still 10s. They're the only 10s I think. Yeah, they're the only 10s so far. Blanka is a 4, but he's all right in dynamic mode. He's not fun to play with classic controls, and I suppose a lot of it is to do with the look. I really hope they're going to launch a new skin because I've unlocked the concept art of Blanka and he looks really cool. I think it's like some of the artwork you unlock is unused concept art, and I'm working my way through now. Like I've done arcade story mode 46 times, but then you get rewarded every time up to 3 times you complete story mode with per character. You unlock artwork. So say Juri, you play through arcade mode once, you unlock artwork for her. Play it again. It looks like the second time you play it through, you get the concept art. Like Chun-Li's got the best concept art, and it's like unused concept art or like costumes and stuff. It's really interesting. I find it interesting anyway. And then you play it a third time and you unlock another piece of artwork for that character. So to unlock all the artwork, I've got to play the characters that I don't enjoy playing arcade mode at least 3 times. But I haven't done it yet. I'm going to work to that today and tomorrow. I'll probably be done by tomorrow, okay? But Blanka's a 4, but he's all right in dynamic mode, all right? Lily, really big fan of Lily. She's an 8. She's got potential to get up to the 9s, maybe, I don't know, maybe close to a 10, you know? Again, she's better with classic controls. Kimberly, she's a 9. She is my favourite of the new characters, the Street Fighter 6 new members. Very good fun. She's really good fun with dynamic, but I'm going to stick to classic controls with her. Dalsim, he's still a 7. He's the best he's ever looked. He looks amazing. I love the eyes, the white eyes. I hope they stick with that. And the way his skin, like when he does his long punch, his arms drop. It's got that rubbery look. Yeah, they did that in Street Fighter 5, but they perfected it now for Street Fighter 6. JP, he's lower. He's a 4 now. He's infuriating to play as and against. I don't like his projectile. Like, he does give me Rugal vibes. I can't play as Rugal. I know it's talking about a different franchise, King of Fighters. But yeah, going back to JP then, he's his projectile, it goes through under the floor and up, so your opponent's got to be standing in the perfect position. Well, I can't. I think the thing with Jippy, you've got to put the hours in, but he's just not fun. I don't like much about him. So I've been playing him in dynamic mode, but then he's equally frustrating to play against. So when he's the final boss on arcade mode, he's so cheap and he's hard. I know I'm not the best at these games, but I just don't like him. He's my least favourite character in the whole, out of all the characters, okay? Jamie, he's still a 6, but he is good fun with dynamic controls. He does that drinking thing, but when I do it with classic controls, it seems to be slower. I don't know if I'm doing the command wrong, where he drinks and he buffs up, but it's like, I do that, and then I get hit, so it's a waste of time. I'm giving my opponent a free hit, you know? So he's still a 6, unfortunately. Then Kami, 7, easier with dynamic mode. Zangief, 7. I've never been a grappler, so I know a lot of the fighting game community are saying he's amazing. He is. He's all as you got to be good at him. You got to be. I prefer Manon, is it? No, Marisha. Sorry, giving her a 7, but maybe she's a 7.5. Yeah, so Zangief I giving a 7. Luke, 7. He's all right. Yeah, like he is. Yeah, 7. He's a typical 7. The best thing with Luke, right, is one of the most iconic artwork pieces of Ryu is of him with the sunset in the background, like the back of him, like walking off kind of thing, macho. And I like in his final match, and if you're playing as Ryu arcade mode, and if you're playing as Luke as arcade mode, it's kind of the similar ending. Is he wants to take a photo of Ryu, but Ryu just beats him up and walks off, and that's the photo he takes. So I thought that was a really cool, funny, nice touch, if you're familiar with that artwork. Guile, 6. He's one of those other ones that just can't play as Guile. However, he's got the best stage, I think, with the on that aircraft carrier with those jets in the background. Classic Guile. Yeah, he's got my favourite stage. I prefer that stage even more than the Japanese garden one. Marisha. Yeah, she's a 7. We talked about her. If I was to play a grappler, it would be her over Zangief. And I love the fact that wherever she's defeated, she just picks them up and carries them off. I don't know where she's taking them. I like to think she's taking them to the hospital to get medical care. Manon, very good with dynamic mode. And the thing with dynamic mode, right, what's good, what Capcom, they've nailed this, right? So, like me now, with them talking about the new characters, like maybe haven't got the patience to learn, by mashing dynamic mode, you think, fuck, look at all these cool moves. It's a good way to learn or to see what the potential you can achieve by switching to classic controls. Does that make any sense? So I'm a big fan of this dynamic mode, okay? But again, if I was to enter a tournament, I would switch to classic controls in a heartbeat, just because I need to know exactly what my character's doing. I don't know what they're going to do with tournaments. Are they going to have, like, say Evo, Street Fighter 6 in Evo next year? Is it going to be dynamic mode only, subcategory, classic controls only? Or is it going to be, to enter Evo, you got to play in classic controls? It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Yeah, Manon, she's really powerful kicks. She's almost as good as Yuri with her kicks. So yeah, I give her a 7. Ken, I'm going to change my score. I got 7, but I think he's an 8 out of 10, let's be honest. I'm never going to pick Ken over Ryu, because I'm a Ryu guy, you know. I grew up with Ryu. Sat next to him in geography, believe it or not, in school. And yeah, I'd give Ken an 8. He's, in this one, more so than ever, he is different. I was talking to Chris yesterday. Chris is more of a Ken guy, see, and he was like making the point that he is different, and his specials are probably cooler visually. They're probably cooler. So yeah, I'm upgrading him to an 8. Honda, I got a 7. Yeah, stand by that. Not a fan of his story mode's better in this one compared to 5. 5, what was it in 5? He was kicking off because people weren't following the rules in his bathhouse or something. It's like, really? But this one, he wants to open a restaurant in some part of the city or something. He's got a builder's hat on and stuff like that. And he gets into fights about setting a restaurant up. So, yeah, it's better. We're going in the right direction. And DJ, I given him a 6. To play as DJ, great fun. But I just don't like him. I much prefer him. If you think, how cool was he in Street Fighter 2 Turbo with the maximum writing down the side of his leg and stuff. He was a intimidating, scary guy, and he's too happy-go-lucky now. He's always dancing. This guy, okay, he loves his music. He's a musician. I nearly said magician. He's a music magician. Say that 9 times. Look in the mirror, say music magician 9 times, and DJ will appear in the middle of the night. Sorry. It might happen. You just don't know. Yeah, so I've given him a 6. He is good fun to play as, though, but I just don't like the character. He's got an over-the-top music magician. Okay? Yeah, so that's my impressions on Street Fighter 6. I'm not very good at explaining myself, but I am having a ton of fun. But I didn't play it at all Friday, and I played something else yesterday. So, what did I play yesterday? I started my second playthrough of Nier Automata. I only picked it up yesterday, so I did my pickups video live yesterday. It's a great game. I think it's slightly different though than the last time I played through it. Or maybe I've selected some different things or something. I've probably played over 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of it yesterday. And I gotta be honest, I had flashbacks of my drinking days. Dare I say, I was like, oh, I could do with a bottle of white wine or 2 bottles of white wine now. It's very rare I get these urges, but obviously I didn't leave the seat, and I haven't got any alcohol in the house. But I'm a bit disappointed that these thoughts are starting to come back in. But this was heavy in my drinking days when I was playing this. But yeah, it's a great game. I think 3 hours. I put 9 hours into it the first time round, but I'm almost as far as what I can remember last time round, as far as I got, but yeah, sorry, my head's going now. Sorry. I gotta take 2-minute breather now and again. Yeah, so this game, it's weird because when I look at 2B, the main character you play as in this game, okay, I instantly my brain goes to Soul Calibur 6 because she's a guest character in it and she's my main in Soul Calibur 6. So it's almost like playing Soul Calibur, the RPG. that's the vibe I get from looking at that and playing it, Yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with it. But I kind of remember where I got stuck. I just didn't know what the hell to do. I think I did every side quest and I think I just run out. There was no quest. I didn't know what to do. But what I'm going to do, if I get stuck again, I reckon last time I was drunk, didn't remember what I was doing, passed out like I always used to, went to bed, got up the next day, put it back on and tried to, I don't remember this. That's how I used to play games back then. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Well, that's the plan. I'm gonna hopefully stick with it. I'm gonna see it through to the end because there is a cult following of that game. Okay, so that's all I played basically. What have I watched? So I'm just gonna make another thing for my phone. I watched. Oh, I'll do my Netflix then first. Netflix. I haven't watched a lot on Netflix. But I think Friday, I started watching Arnold. So it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's in 3, I think it's over an hour episodes. 3 1 hour plus episodes. And it's kind of his life is in 3. He's known for 3 big chapters in his life kind of thing. he's known for The Athlete. So episode 1 is Arnold the Athlete. Then I think it's episode 2 is the movie star. Episode 3 is the politician. Okay. But I've read 2 Arnold Schwarzenegger books. I think it's Total Recall is the one that he wrote, or he sat down and held, I'd probably had an interview, didn't he? And a writer was writing it all up for him. So it's not really anything new, but it's nice to see he goes back to where he grew up, even to the house, even to his bedroom, Yeah, so, and he's very well respected in his hometown, as you can imagine. So I've been watching that. Strongly recommend that. I'm a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. On Prime, I haven't watched anything on Prime, but I did notice, what I do see is, just before doing these videos, I type everything in what I've watched and stuff, because I'll forget otherwise. And I go, I went on Netflix, so what have I watched? I hadn't watched anything apart from Arnold. Then what have I watched on Prime? Nothing. But then, because it remembers if you're halfway through a movie, it says continue where you left off kind of thing. But I noticed Creed 3 is on Amazon Prime, so I'm going to watch that. Definitely watch that in the next couple of days. I really enjoyed the first 2, and I think the third one it's nothing to do with Sylvester Stallone. I don't think he's involved in the writing or anything, so it'll be interesting to see how good that is. The advert looks okay. Doesn't look the best one, but I would have, if I saw it for like 6-7 quid on Blu-ray, I probably would have bought it. So I'm really happy now. I kind of played the waiting game. But it was one of those movies because I've got actually Creed 1 and Creed 2 downloaded on iTunes, on my iTunes movie. So I have actually paid for those 2. So I'm saving myself a couple of quid there. Right, what movies have I watched? I finished watching Godzilla Final Wars. It took me 4 evenings, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening, to finally watch Final Wars. Okay, it's not the film's fault. It's my fault, because once I get home from work, see to Rossi, take him for a walk, sort myself out food, make sure I'm ready for work the next day. When it's finally time to sit down, it's all been about Street Fighter 6, and I've literally gone. I normally go to bed 10, 11 o'clock. So I've gone, it's 9:45. One more story mode. Let's do one more story mode. And then I'll do that. Let's do special battle. Let's do another story mode. And next thing, and time goes so fast when I'm playing Street Fighter 6. So then it's like 10:15. Sometimes I'm going to bed at 10:15, because that's when I like to read my book. So because of Street Fighter 6, I've been trying to watch this too late, really. What a great film, right? I really did enjoy it. This is the film, I think it's 2004 this came out, so it is a product of its time. You can argue it's a little bit late, because do you remember Matrix came out 1999, the first one, and then all of a sudden the next year, 2 years, maybe 3 years, a load of films were influenced by the Matrix, like Equilibrium. But I love that film, but that was obviously inspired by the Matrix. So it's got heavily inspired by the Matrix, to the point where, do you know the iconic scene in the Matrix where he puts his hands out and he stops the bullets in midair and they fire back? It's got that in there, but it's not bullets, they're not copying, the lasers, okay? So it's even got that in there, done on a shoestring budget by the looks of it. But the story, without giving away too much of it, is Godzilla is frozen. He's in the South Pole. Is it a crevasse? Those, like, he falls into the ice and he gets frozen. He can't get out, so he's frozen solid. So he's not dead, he's just frozen. Okay, so they keep him on ice. And then all the kaiju there's loads of them in it, okay? They're all running riot because Godzilla's not there to keep them in check. And then an alien race come to Earth, and they just, like, looks like they just vanish. All the kaiju's vanishing, but they're like beaming them up kind of thing. So they're in storage or whatever on these spaceships. And then one thing, without giving too much, so they wipe out the human race pretty much, but they're using the kaiju. It's like, you do as we say, or we release all the kaiju, and that's what they basically do. So they're like, well, what can we do? There's a few survivors left, isn't there? They're the heroes, the Matrix team, and one of them comes up with a crazy idea. The one that makes Godzilla fall into that ice thing. He's like, we'll use Godzilla, he'll come back, and he'll wipe them all out, kind of thing. And yeah, and basically that's what happens. And it's what's his name? King Caesar. He looks amazing. I think it's 60s or 70s, wherever Godzilla he's from. He's alright looking, but they've nailed him. I really hope he gets a modern movie, Godzilla versus King Caesar. He looks cool as F. You can tell this guy's in suits, right? You know, this isn't going to change your life, but if you're a Godzilla fan, it's an excellent... This is like a 9 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned, okay? Like, Shin Godzilla's a 10. It's just below Shin Godzilla. Yeah, it's a product of its time, but I really did enjoy a lot. Well, that's fine. I started watching this last night. Is Fearless. I'm watching, quite impressed with the Blu-ray quality. First thing it asks you, before you go to any menu, it goes, what version do you want to watch? Like theatrical. So I watched the director's cut, so I don't know how different it is from the director's cut. But yeah, I'm about an hour in. I think I've got well over an hour to go, so I'm not halfway through it yet. But he is a badass, but he's got this almost obsessive, dickish side to him, I suppose. But he defeats the gang leader, gets revenge on what happens to his father, and then his life is flipped upside down. You know, it's quite dark, the part I'm in. So I won't talk any more about that. I'll talk about that when I finish it. I'll probably finish that tonight. And I'll share my thoughts and opinions next week. I only paid £1.50 for that. Fantastic value for Blu-ray. Right, YouTube. I briefly mentioned this yesterday, this channel. This week's video of the week, the channel name is Wildcat Weather. Wildcat Weather, all one word. I will tag them in the description, as I always do. And the video is, I played every Samurai Warriors game, ... bracket, and ranked them, close bracket. So, obviously I went game hunting yesterday, and I was picking up a couple of Dynasty Warriors games and Samurai Warriors games. So I went in and did a quick search. I didn't want to be buying junk games I wasn't going to ever play. And the best video I found was these videos. He's done Dynasty Warriors, played them all, ranked them all. But then the Samurai Warriors ones. So he's played, there's a lot of games in these franchises, you know. Like, I came out with a stack, and that was just the some of the PS2 games, you know. And they're still going strong now. So the amount of time he's put into playing all these games, yes, they're fantastic fun games, aren't they? But some of them, like me, I'm getting into the Samurai Warriors franchise very late. You know, I think the first one was a PS2 game, wasn't it? I got it on the shelf now. So for him to play them all, that could it would take me months to play them all properly from start to finish. So he does like an overview or a kind of mini review, I suppose. Shows fantastic footage, gameplay, everything you'd want to know about Samurai Warriors. He covers brilliantly. He doesn't like Samurai Warriors 5, but go watch the video. I strongly recommend it. Really relaxing video as well. And then right at the end, he does like a tier list where he put them all kind of thing and briefly explains why. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that video, and I'm subscribed, and yeah, go check it out and consider subscribing to Wildcat Weather. And to finish it off, what have I been reading? I finally started reading Mortal Kombat. So I started it Sunday night, I want to say, because I finished Aliens, didn't I? Out of the Shadow. That was a good book, that was. but I'm really enjoying this. This is a very well written book. I'm not quite halfway through, just over 100 pages, but I've been reading a little bit in the evenings, and the chapters are quite small as well, so I'll read a chapter before bed, and then but I'm taking this book to work as well, so I've read it on my I get 2 half-hour lunch breaks on my early half-hour lunch break. That's Mortal Kombat time. Really, really well written book. It's a nice, I like the fact it's a slow start, okay, with saying about Kung Lao and stuff like that. I don't know, spoiler I suppose, but Kung Lao meets Goro. So he's fighting the Mortal Kombat tournament. He's winning it. I think he's won it 13 times. And then they kind of bend the rules where the baddies, Goro, he faces Goro in the final. And Goro kills him, basically. And they think, whoa, that's different to the movie. But then it instantly it flashes to his brother, I think it's his younger brother, who's having, his wife is literally giving birth as he's being torn to pieces by Goro. His nephew is being born, and they were going to name the nephew whatever it was. If it's a boy, they're going to call it this. If it's a girl, they were going to call it that. And his brother says, like, yeah, it's like, what's the word? Epiphany? It's like, we need to call him Kung Lao. And his sister's like, why? He's the crazy fool that disappeared 13, 14 years ago. You know, no, I think we need to call him name him Kung Lao, kind of thing. And it's actually, then the story starts, but it's like part 1 of the book. You think this is Kung Lao as we know, but no, it's not. This Kung Lao is the Mortal Kombat Kung Lao as we know. He's born in the start of part 2, kind of thing, if that makes any sense. Okay, but yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. Shout out Linda the Gamer Gal. She recommended this in one of her videos, movie books videos. Really good. And I was like, I didn't know this existed. It's a hard book to track down for a decent price, but so far, just under halfway through, I'm extremely impressed. Okay, there we are. So thank you very much for tuning in. That's what I've been watching. Playing, watching, reading. I think I'd know what it's called by now, innit? We've done 30 odd episodes. Yeah, thank you very much, anyone that watched till the end. Hope you have a great week. Love you. Bye. What have I been playing? What have I been watching? What have I been playing, watching, reading? What have I been playing?